Welcome to Fair Flies, where we are clearly platform agnostic. So this is for you guys that have figured out how to toss a jig. It's a good platform. It's a great way to catch fish. I'm going to show you the best and easiest jig you could ever fish for. A little steelhead jig. We've got a few different options, but as always, attach thread. Throw in a whip. Like I said, easiest ever. Grab one of our brushes, wrap it in. You choose whatever color thread you like. I'll show you what I do in a second. All depends on how long I want this to be. I can pull down my materials. It's going to flow past wherever I cut. I like to come in just in front of, right at the tip of the hook. Look at this. It's ready to go. Like I said, fastest, easiest, done. For those of you that say, nah, that's too easy, not interested in a fly that just catches fish or a jig that just catches fish that easy, there's got to be a little bit more to it, I can help you out with that. Here's our second one. Okay, now what we're going to do different this time is we're going to tie our brush in. Whip finish. Here, I like to put in a little glue. It just kind of holds everything together. UV. Does not have to be that fancy, but you can tie a lot faster because I can just set this with the UV flashlight if you guys aren't using that yet. It's a little bit more expensive, but sure makes the job easier. Alright, fluff this stuff out, come around, and make sure that that wraps forward as you go. One. And really, I don't even want to go two. We're just going to do one full wrap. Grab those materials. Before I go too far, kind of come in with the bodkin, pull that material out, pinch it and give it a little twist. It's going to get the most out of your brush and your materials. Alright. Put your finger on that hook. A little bit fancier, a little bit fuller fly or jig as we're working on here. Wrap that in nice and tight. Now, I can stop right here if I want. Make sure all that material is kind of flowing back. I can stop right there. I can add a little bit more color to it. So sometimes I like to come in, put a little wing. I love this grizzly hair. It adds just a little bit more depth. That's what I'm fishing. If you're willing to put in a little bit more time on it, it just gets a little bit better. So I put that in right up on top. Like that. I'm not going to use the rest of that. Cut that in nice and tight. Guys, it doesn't take anything fancy. You can do this with a pair of vice grips if you wanted to, just to hold that hook steady while you're working on this. It doesn't take much. There we go. A little bit extra color in there. Now, before I go much further, this is where I like to glue. Those fibers can be slick. If I get a little glue in right there, soaks in, it's going to hold everything together. The longer that holds together, the longer I'm going to fish with it. Okay, That's it. Get as fancy as you want. You can add in a little bit of dubbing if you want to just kind of finish it off a little bit. If you have it laying around and you want to add that extra little piece to it, just spin a little on, go around, tie that all in, pull everything back. Now, in just a couple of minutes, you've got yourself a $5 jig. There you go. Tie lines.